Welcome back. So today I decided to rig up the camera, as you may see, and go through my drawers and the palettes that I have sitting on top and do a declutter of the bigger items that I have right in this area and take you on a ride with me. I wanted to start off with this is a stack that I actually keep in some drawers in my closet and things that don't fit here or I may not use all the time. So I want to go through this stack and we're going to start being a little bit more cutthroat with our stuff. Right off the bat, these are two things that I received in my Beautylish Lucky Bag. I haven't even taken out the bubble wrap, as you can see. This is the Becca Prismatic Amethyst Highlighter. I'm not keeping this. The Soft Glam ABH palette, still in its bubble wrap. I haven't had any interest to pull this out. I have other neutral palettes that I've been trying to pull for more lately, and I'm not keeping this either. So next, this is the e.l.f. J. Kissa palette. Oh, it's magnetic. I used this once. I need to put the brush back in. Hold on. I've used this. I used this for a video. I did a dedicated video to this, the liner, and the mascara. I mean, it's okay, but I literally don't reach for this. Yeah. I thought this was great. I actually like these pastels, but I don't reach for this either. I kind of honestly want to depot this. So I've noticed with this palette where I have a lot of Natasha Denona depotted products and I have it up here, that the shades I actually do use I like, and I reach for that quite often. So I think I might actually depot this. This is going to be a maybe. I got this in a Allure Beauty box, I remember, and I actually had the original Nubian, the, what is it, 12 pan palette, but this, I still haven't used it, but I know I've used these shades before in the palette I initially decluttered, so I don't want to use it because I already decluttered it once. There's no point in me like trying it, so this I need to get rid of too. You guys, this, I'm sad to say, I don't know. I'm torn on this. The thing is, I really love these matte shades, but these shimmer shades, they're terrible. They genuinely are terrible. And I've tried so many times, like this is barely touching it. You just get this crazy hard pan. I got this at Sephora after they did the recall of products, or you know, like sent everybody a new palette, people that ordered this first time. I ordered this right when it came to Sephora, and I feel like this is what people complained about, the quality of this. So I'm getting rid of this. This is the Sweet Peach. Like when it came back, there was all the hype and the snafu about it. Came back, I purchased it. I purchased everything online, and this is the only thing I didn't return. I've swatched some of these. I've played with it before. There's nothing really special about this palette to me at all. So I'm gonna get rid of this. So this one's a little sad. I've put this in a lot of favorites videos. I've talked highly of this. I've used just this when traveling. But now I've gotten to a point where I literally don't reach for this. And there's certain shades that I won't use, like this shade here. I don't use it, but I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in like my maybes pile. This is another sad one. The Matte About You. I've used this a lot. I've done like different smoky eyes with it. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't use half of these colors normally. I do like how there's kind of a cool tone section and a warm tone section of this palette. I don't know. This is gonna be a maybe. So like maybe we should go through all of the maybes at the end of this declutter and do like a final yes or no with them. On to the drawers. Are we ready? It's the bottom drawer. So I have some things, these little loose pieces in here that I do need to go through. And these are going to be more chopping block things. So this is the Cocoa Bling Artist Couture. I bought this like when they had a sale on their website just to like try it before they ever went to Sephora. It flutters in the air everywhere, but it's pretty. It reminds me very much so of like the Fenty Diamond Bomb or the Diamond Glow from Denona. I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't use stuff like this. These are some glitters that I just don't really gravitate towards. This one's like a little hollow glitter. This one's a rose gold glitter by Make It Forever. This one's by NYX. Yeah, I have similar things, so I don't need these anymore. These two I'm gonna unfortunately throw away. I had these in a declutter. I feel like I was using these a lot, but I agree with a lot of what people say. If this didn't have a stop lock on it to where this would line up perfectly and you could tighten the tube even more, these wouldn't dry out so fast. I mean, these are to the point where the stuff you scrape around on the sides, like I can shake it out of the container. It's so dried out, and it's so sad because they're 25 bucks a piece. This was Smoldering Satin and Wanderlust. Wanderlust is 100% a shade I would repurchase. I kind of feel the same way about this, but I know I can get the same thing with other things in my makeup. So these I'm going to actually throw away. The right side. So I bought this when it first came out. I'm sure it's just as crappy as what people say it is. I liked it. I've used the green. I've used a lot of these shades before. This I used when I did my Rich Luxe video. I don't use this at all. I'm fairly certain I have these shades in other palettes. Oh, that is pretty though. I'm gonna let this go. This is a definite let's stay. We don't even need to go into detail. This, I never reach for this. See, it's practically brand new. There's some shades in here that I do really like. I love the shade Cashmere. Ooh, so nice. The shade Blood Moon, also very beautiful, but I literally never reach for this. I feel like with a different palette, I'll show you after this drawer, I get a lot of similar looks. So this I'm gonna let go of. This bottom drawer is, realistically, these are things that I definitely don't want to get rid of. So like my KKW palettes, the quality of these palettes, I genuinely like. So this is something that I would definitely travel with. I've been pulling this out a lot more lately and really loving it. So those are stays. Same thing with this. The shimmer shades, that's blinding. The shimmer shades in here are not my favorite. They're not even go-to. Like, they're just very crumbly, very messy. There's a lot of fallout involved with these shades, which I hate. But these mattes, so good. These 5 mattes in here, I really, really like. And I like this green shade too. I just don't use it enough. So definitely keeping this. I need to wipe off my hands. Over here, this is a palette I made. This is my Inglot singles. This, like, if you know anything about Inglot, these are, I think, roughly $7 a piece, so I definitely don't want to get rid of these. I used to wear this as a highlighter on my face for a while. It's got just a beautiful, like, pink shift to it. I love all these cool tone shades. They're really good for different brow effects and different contouring effects. But this right here, I've been through 2 of these before already, and then this is what this one looks like before I finally switched over to something else. Using it as a blush. Ooh, can't get rid of this. This is things I've depotted already, and 2 shades that I guess they can go back in there since I don't project pan so much anymore. But these are things that I really liked and I've depotted out of other palettes. Like this is that Laura Lee Party Animal palette, some ABH and ColourPop singles, and I actually depotted the Dose of Colors Block Party shadows. So I'm going to keep all of these. There's some Kylie's in here, and then I've got, you know, the original Urban Decay Sin. Ugh, I don't even know if the camera's washing that out or not. Anyway, definitely keeping this. So this is how empty this drawer is now. Oh. Nope. Next drawer, right off the bat, not getting rid of the Melt Impulse palette. Impulsive. Definitely not getting rid of this. Love these shades. I just got this. I have yet to even really in-depth play with it. This is something I think was from a BoxyCharm, maybe. I just really love these tones, but I never reach for this. So I'm gonna let this go. This is my 6-pan sugar pill palette, and Sephora used to make these like, they're Z palettes, that's why. These Z palette, I don't know, the quality of this Z palette is like, I appreciate it very much so. Can't bust through the plastic. It's, ugh. I wish I had a bigger version of this, but I don't want to go out of my way to, I just want to be able to go pick it up in store. Anyway, so these are my 6 sugar pills. Some of these were in the pan that I depotted. Some of them I purchased individually, but I'm not getting rid of that. This is always handy. This, I have debated on decluttering this several times. This is Alamar. The only reason why is like, this is boring. This is every day down here, but this, Jesus, take the wheel. So, I'll put this in the maybe pile. Okay, these Lime Crime plushies. So, right off the bat, this one right here, the Sweet Blends, absolutely keeping this. I don't even care about this blue shade. It's these guys, this melon smoothie, but honestly, the chocolate milk. I would buy this palette over and over for this chocolate milk shade. It is something about it. It is the best brown. It blends the best. It's just got the best, I mean, the color on the camera does not do it justice. So keeping this for sure. Now this other one though, I even swatched this yesterday. This dragon fruit shade will absolutely stain your body. And these are not that special. Look at my hand. I just don't wear colors like this a lot. And the colors that I do have that are similar perform a little bit better in my opinion. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one. These two things, this is so insanely hard to even talk about. I forever and a day will always wish that MAC would bring these back. If anybody ever does a collab with MAC, please force them to do it. This side, this is a little bit more of a cool tone stick. These Quick Trick sticks are creamy. They blend out like a dream. God, I'm so sad that these don't exist anymore. This side is like, has fallen out. There's literally just a little nugget in here. I've used it to death because it is such a good bronzer shade. It looks a little orange on my hand, but on the face, it really does a beautiful job. And this, hell. I really wish that this would have been a duo, but I can't get rid of these. I should look up and see how expired these are. These are both made in the USA. Check that out. Please, MAC, bring these back. This is, please. So this, no, this is staying. This is such an amazing palette. I bought this. I love Kristen Dominique. I've used this as eyeliner, I can just tell. That looks like a fingernail gouge, wasn't it, huh? I love Kristen Dominique. I can't get rid of this palette. I bought it from her website when it initially first launched. And then of course this is not leaving anywhere. I love this palette. This is more Inglot. These are shimmer shades, and they may look a little lackluster in the pan, but honestly, Gina, just oof, oofa, oofa. You're probably thinking like, yeah, that's still nothing to write home about, but they are. They just are. I love these. I probably swatched those already, huh? So, keeping these. So let's consolidate. Third drawer is actually a really fun drawer. Right off the bat, so I'm going to start here. This, I got in a BoxyCharm. I kept this literally for this highlighter. So pretty. But I never reach for this. There's no glitter in this. Oh my god, it's just... I don't use this, so it's gonna go. These guys. So these are the little travel size, diffuse light and dim light. I purchased this one initially, and it just kind of made my face a little bit... It wasn't brightening for me. So I'm like in between these two, and this like almost kind of gave me like a dim peachy look. And then I purchased this one, and I do like it. I don't use it that often, but I like this one. So I'm gonna get rid of this one and keep this one. This is the Sunkissed Bronze. So this, the hardcore thing about this is that it's ultimately just too dark for me. So I think I'm going to give this, give that up. This is a little luminizing brightening powder by Jouer. I'm not even sure if they make this anymore. It's nice. It's just got, I don't know, it's got an odd tone pigment to it, and it does have a little bit of like a micro sparkle in it. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. The rest of this drawer is, I think I'm going to keep a lot of this stuff, at least for now. These two have taken a fall, so they are pretty soft. I don't know if you can tell, like that crumble. I like the colors in these, I just don't reach for them because, look at that. Because they have broken before, but I need to pull these out more. So those stay. Automatically, the Lemonhead Space Jams and Space Paste are all staying. No questions about it. These little hydro liners by Suva Beauty, definitely keeping those. This Mayron metallic powder, absolutely keeping that. Should probably go in my special effects drawer, but it is what it is. These are little Starlit powders by Make It Forever. I have a copper. This one's like a blue shift to it. That's glitter. And this one's one of my favorite. It's frozen orange. It's got like an orange shift to it that I love. And then this is some iridescent glitter. It's a little pretty, so definitely keeping that. These are gel liners by Inglot. I have white, I have black, and then I have the champagne color, which is actually like a great waterproof all over the lid type situation. Keeping those for sure. Keeping these, this is great to mix with glitter, to make like a glitter paste similar to those guys, and then glitter glue. Always handy to have. This I just got recently. This is a little liquid eyeshadow. Absolutely keeping that. This was like a deluxe sample that I definitely want to keep trying of this. I'm kind of a iffy person when it comes to silicone primer, so I let it go. So this is gorgeous. Stunning. This is by Danessa Myricks. This is Illusion Micro Glitters, which is gorgeous. These are little MAC loose pigments. This is Rosé. This is the Blue Brown. And then a single shadow by Pat McGrath. Corrupt Copper. Not getting rid of any of these. This is my cream blush and highlight from Kosas. You see? Hi. Definitely not getting rid of this. This highlighter is bananas. The bronzer or cream blush shade, it's kind of like in between a bronzer and blush, where I don't know, I don't want to use it as either or, so I don't know, keeping this for now. This is something that's like OG. This is like 3 or 4 years old now. It's just a blush palette from Tarte. It doesn't really even have a name. It just says the Tartiest Clay Blush Palette. Yeah. I think this was 2016. It's the shades are Live, Laugh, Love, and Dream. The Blush Authority, blah blah blah. Anywho, such a good versatile palette. Love that. This is something I never reach for until I'm doing something random and I specifically remember one of these shades and I pull for it. Specifically like the tones in this red. It's like a raspberry red, and I like the shade. I like all these shades. This one's kind of boring, but whatever. So, gonna keep that. This is like a hodgepodge drawer. This is like what I don't want. I want everything to be like, you know, in its place and all that jazz. So I have lots of real estate here to kind of make some changes. Okay, top drawer. I have 4 drawers total. Ooh, let's go through this one. So right off the bat, man, there are things I struggle with, like specifically these 2 blushes that are Tarte blushes. This is Sensual and this is Concept. Ugh, I like both of them, but they're so boring as fuck. I never reach for these anymore, but I can't get rid of these yet, so can't do it. This I just recently got, Ciate, I think it's called Date Night, yeah. Date Night in the shiniest packaging ever. I don't remember what these blushes are even called. Anyway, packaging is adorable. It's got little micro glitters in it. I love the color. But you can see those random little flecks on your cheeks. So it kind of irks me a little bit, but still playing with it. This is not going anywhere. I love this bright ass orange blush. This NARS Goulet, this was like a rouge thing. It's like a deep version of Orgasm, to be honest with you. And I've already decluttered Orgasm. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. This I haven't reached for in forever. This is such a hard one to think about. The Viseart Blaze Face Trio. Everything about this is perfect, but I never reach for this. So I need to make more attempt to reach for this. Right off the bat, I know this face powder, this is Light Plus, the Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. I use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush, Flawless, whatever fuck it's called, and the Makeup Forever Powder Foundation. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. This, I like this. This is similar to like that one yellow shade in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette that I literally only use. So I'm keeping this. Highlighters is such a sensitive subject because I've reduced so many. This is Stargazer. Cannot get rid of this. Lightscape. Cannot get rid of this. I mean, look at that. Would you give that up? No. So those stay. These both stay. I was playing with these last night. Like, just the different blush tones I have here. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Meowza. This is like, ugh. Sick. I love this. It's one of my favorite things ever. So, staying. This is staying. I've hit pan on this. This, I like this. Call it the nipple blush. It's just a pretty color. So sophisticated. This is like this, but lighter. This is the Dose of Colors Amazement, so she stays. Ooh, I have too many blushes. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Fuck. This was like my first expensive purchase. Oof, look at the dent I put in that. This I'm sure is like way expired, but I'm not getting rid of this. Hail, no. These guys, absolutely not. I've panned a smaller version of this, and so I rebought it in a little bit lighter shade. This is magic, and I think everyone should check the face products out by Laura Mercier. I will forever be kissing their ass. This is Champagne Pop. I actually got rid of a few different Becca highlighters before, including the one earlier, but every time I pull this out and I debate it, I just stick it back in the drawer. So I like her still. This, the Spotlight, oof, man. Cream highlighters for the fucking win. Just, oh, I can't get rid of this. This is what I really wanted that Hourglass stick to be like. Should have stopped there. This, I heard so many people reviewing about this, raving about this for ages, and so I finally decided to try it, and oh, I'll never look back. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I know that they're coming out with mini versions of this now with all their little minis, and definitely worth it if you want to try it. Oh my god, I can't get it open. There we go. This is Lila B. This thing is heavy as fuck. The bronzer. This is a highlight bronzer duo. This is absolutely stunning. This I haven't reached for in forever, but this is the Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette by Hourglass. This is like a holiday release. I don't know if they even still have this around. I know the singles feel or look like they have a little bit more like a micro glitter to them versus this is just fucking beautiful. So this I'm definitely keeping. I didn't really do a very good job on this drawer. I just took 2 things out. So now what I'm going to do from the drawers, I'm going to pull this stack of palettes down and we're going to go through those to just kind of finish off this little declutter situation. Okay, this is about to get rough. I'm already stressing myself out. So this is the Alye Darkroom palette in collaboration with Jordan Liberty. This I feel like has a lot of those Huda vibes. The Desert Dusk palette, like you're probably thinking like, no the fuck it doesn't, but there's a lot of those base matte shades, but it just goes in a different direction. When I first got this palette, I was kind of like, and just kind of sat it down and kept trying to play with it, but then the more I play with it, the more I genuinely really like this. And next time I travel, I'm probably going to take only this palette just to test its full ability, I guess you could say. So I'm going to keep this. My melt stacks, this is hard. There's nothing, I don't know, the thing about this is that they fit in here, so I kind of leave them in here, and I also really love my melt stacks, and I rearrange them to make them whatever I want them to be. So this one's kind of like, you know, its own little spiel. I really love the Blueprint palette. Those mattes are killer. If I could say I wish I wouldn't have purchased that or whatever with any of these, you know, when it comes to these, I kind of question, like, you know, if these were individual little palettes, would I actually get rid of any of these? And honestly, oh, there's nothing over here, duh. I like all of these. Everything about all of these palettes offers something. The one thing at first, the She's and Party stack, which is what these belong to, I was kind of meh about it until I really started playing with it. Isn't that a beautiful little color story right there? But Melt Shadows, man, that's some good shit. This, I definitely can't get rid of this. So like everything that's sitting on top is stuff that I kind of reach for more often. So it's kind of a hard situation to put myself in. This diamond powder is literally like the Fenty Balm, the whatever the fuck that is, the Diamond Balm. But then these Duo Glows, man, whew. Jesus Christ. So this palette is a stunner, full circle. Even the blushes in the center are just lovely. So definitely keeping that booger. These are, like I was mentioning earlier, my Natasha Denona singles. These are from a mixture of different 5-pan palettes, holiday palettes, excluding these 3 at the bottom. These are Cosette shadows. These are Natasha Denonas that have broken before and I repressed. But what I do notice is like a lot of the 5-pan palettes I initially got, having them in a bigger palette, I need to add more mattes obviously, but I reach for this a lot more because I think about these shades, and this having a clear window, I can actually see some of these things. So I actually think about, oh, I'm going to use that real quick. I'm going to wet that down real quick. And Cosette, oh, try Cosette. This, look, I'm about to blow your damn mind right here. Are you ready? You're not. Oh, baby girl. Anywho, this is staying. Okay, the Bronze Seduction, the number 5, Pat McGrath. This is my first, my only palette purchase of hers, and man, I sat on all of these palettes and the color stories for forever. I haven't even taken the sticker off of this, but I use this a lot. I really like it, especially the matte shades. Like this one I think is probably the best color story in my opinion. Yep. Jawbreaker palette, I bought this. I really enjoy this palette. I've used it a lot. This I think has made it easier to get rid of some of these smaller, more colorful things that I have. So like for example, I'm going to take this Kylie palette and officially retire it because I have a lot of the shades that are easily creatable in this same palette. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and make this an official move on from, because I want to keep that. Same thing with this. This I'm kind of always on the fence about because I go through periods where I never reach for this. This is the original Swear By It palette. I really like this, but then there's times where I find myself reaching for it. I mean, there are some things that are easily dupable with like my Inglot single shadows, especially some of these burnish shimmers. But I have moments, man, like those deep mattes in the Smoke Sessions palette. I'll use like these blues, some of these shades. It's just a nice little like go-to when you need random colors. They're gonna be in this. So I'm gonna keep these two guys. So the Sweet Talk palette, I remember when this came out. This is gorgeous. I never reached for this. I don't like using glitters, pressed glitters really at all. This is supposed to be a Super Shock shadow. It is cute, but it's also like the Desi Katie Francation palette where it's got some fallout. It is pretty, but I think I can dupe this already because I'm not going to use those. So if I take those away, or if I even take portions of this palette away, I think it's easily dupable. So I'm gonna get rid of this. Starlit, I don't think you can find this anymore. I really like this. I just hate that this is so freaking big for getting 6 eyeshadows. And these are all like kind of pressed glitters. They're the Starlit glitters. They're really, really fine. There is no fallout with this, and I really, ooh, I wanted it for this shade. Look at that like deep red with that purple. And I know on camera it doesn't translate into anything, but it's just magical. I need to keep this. This I actually found at Marshall's. I got this, I don't know, in the past 6 months I would say. I got it for like 15 bucks and I was excited about that. And I actually really like this. I've always thought this was really pretty, but never paid, you know, the prices in store. Like even at like half price, 22, 24, 25 bucks, it was still a little too much, but it's a great traveler face palette. I just don't reach for it that often. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. Okay, this is rough. I waited for forever. I got this earlier this year on Beautylish, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I never reach for this, and the times that I have reached for this, I'm just kind of like, eh. I'm gonna let this go. I think I might actually try to sell this, but I'm gonna let this go. Okay, these, I'm not gonna get rid of any of the rest of these, but I'll show you. Here's my Gemini palette. I still reach for this all the time. My Star palette, so this has got like a combination of different things in it. If you'd like a video of me kind of talking about all my Natasha Denona things that I have and kind of going through them, I'd be glad to show you. I've actually hit pan on some stuff. This is like one of my favorite shades on the planet. And then of course here's the original Indian Gold. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm working with? Oh, bitch. It's the best color on the planet. So that's my Star palette, and then Sunset palette is pretty much its layout except for a couple things. Like this is from a Holiday palette. This is from a 5-pan, more chromish color shades. So that's her. And then you saw these two guys. So let's see what we actually got rid of. So in the maybe pile, I have this palette, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and let go. This palette, oof, man, I'm still on the fence about this because of this offensive little shade. Oof. Oh, I think I'm gonna keep it for now. This, I love it, but I just don't love it so much anymore. I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. And same thing with this. I feel like I can get the same things accomplished with a lot of the other matte shades I have throughout my collection. I think I'm gonna let this go. Okay, you guys, that's a lot of stuff. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 25 things just right here that I've decided are going to be decluttered. Some of these things I'm going to list on my Mercari. I'll link below. Some of these things I'm going to see if my friends want them, and then we'll go from there. All that kind of jazz. I still have more things to go through, like the rest of the top of my stuff. Like I have a lot of concealers that need to go through, pencils, mascaras, these drawers, and these cups too. So I'm going to do a second part of this declutter with all of the smaller things, and we'll have an even more massive pile. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel while you're here. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.